Hi, babe.
Hi, darling.
It's been a couple of weeks,
Long
hasn't it?
time no video.
I know.
No podcast, I guess, because we've been Patreoning, but not podcast episoding. So sorry to the people. To be honest, we hadn't watched anything.
No, but
apart from Blue Lights.
Yeah, I think we were too deep in the blue lights, in the grip of blue lights. But by now, we've watched a couple of first episodes of some series, which we're going to talk about.
Yes.
So
And a movie.
So there's, so we're going to talk about Rye Lane, about 2 years too late. But,
Yeah, sorry.
we watched that. Bit of fun. And we started the 2 new series that are out, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And Small Profits.
And they're all on... This is a BBC iPlayer special. Also, we haven't even spoken about Drag Race versus UK versus the world. So
we have.
Oh, we talk about it on the Patreon?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's another BBC iPlayer thing. We'll keep it to the Patreon. So if you're watching that... If you're not watching that, you should watch it. And if you are watching it, you should go and sign up to the Patreon where we're talking about it.
And if you do want to sign up to the Patreon, go via patreon.com/watchingtellypod.
And I think you have to do it online. I remember hearing someone talking about it on Skin Wigs. That might be why you're bringing this up. I think it's when people do it on their phone that it's a problem.
Yes.
So I think you have to do it... that's what I'd heard before. You have to do it on a desktop in order for the money to go to us entirely and for it to not be taken by Apple, because for some reason Apple takes a cut. And for the benefits of Patreon, you get ad-free content, you get bonus content, and every week we release a bonus episode. And we're really taking great care to ensure that we do that because people are paying for it and they deserve it.
And just extra unfiltered fun chat on the Patreon because it's a secret little club.
Yep.
We don't feel observed. We can talk about whatever we want.
Yeah.
Not that we can't hear, but it's just that little step further. So
you should join it.
Yeah, join up if you fancy it.
Perfect. Well, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, baby. Shall we talk about... Oh, I also, obviously... Not that every single person in the world isn't talking about this, but I also want to talk about Bad Bunny Super Bowl.
Should we just do that first?
Yeah.
Because that was so great. I mean, also another thing is that we're not on social media as much. So when we watch this kind of thing, we're like, wow, I hope everyone's watching this. This is amazing. And it's like, yeah, everyone is watching it. And then we quickly go on Saint Hoax on Instagram. We're like, oh yeah, no, I'm glad everyone's paying attention to this.
Yeah.
Wow. It was wonderful. Last night at work, I work in a tapas restaurant. And
perfect.
I just played Bad Bunny and Rosalia all night, and it was so fun.
Heaven.
I'm a big fan of Rosalia at the moment.
Oh my god, me too. You're turning me into a big fan
because she has beautiful arms,
gorgeous,
and very nice hair.
Her hair looks a bit like yours,
so I'm trying to model my look on Rosalia.
Why
at the
not?
Moment. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched like all of the halftime performances, but I've seen a few.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the best that I've ever seen. Like, I don't remember seeing, like they're always very dramatic, over the top, fun camp medleys. But I don't remember seeing another one that really made you feel like you were in a story and like the atmosphere of it was so incredible.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe that surely all the racists out there, when they and all the MAGA people, when they're comparing the Kid Rock show,
where he's just going Kid Rock
in his embarrassing shorts,
like pulling up his trousers and
his horrible trainers.
Oh my god, so embarrassing!
And all the horrible red around everywhere.
And also the crowd was so funny, like a faux crowd that were all kind of like all dancing the same and gathered in the same like little alleyway of like pretend crowd to try and look like people were having a good time. I was like, oh my god, guys, this looks so shit.
Yeah, it was just like a set basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How anyone can look at those 2 shows, like surely all racists in the world this is the time that they might think maybe I'm wrong about
maybe
everything.
I'm totally wrong.
That show, Bad Bunny's performance and the dancing and the atmosphere and the joy of it is so objectively more fun and cool than the Kid Rock show. Like, you just can't. How could you possibly deny that is cooler? How could, like, the whole thing about like the alt-right growing because they're meant to be like edgy and young men being drawn to the right. I'm like, are you serious? Can you seriously make the argument for the right being cooler than the left when you compare those two shows?
Honestly,
it's just unbelievable.
Oh, it was so fun. It was also fun to see, I guess, something, because we don't know anything about Puerto Rican culture because we're not, I don't know, you're not one isn't as exposed to it, I guess.
Yeah.
In this country, the only kind of knowledge we have of Puerto Rican culture is written
West
by
Side Story.
it's West Side Story and written by Stephen Sondheim and who was the person who wrote it, Leonard Bernstein. So like, that is literally the only knowledge of Puerto Rico that I have, and that isn't even from a Puerto Rican perspective.
No.
So it was really cool to have Bad Bunny showing us how he sees it, and it's also actually it kind of echoes Rye Lane in a way, the kind of like colourful, multicultural like beauty that's in like the kind of mundane and both of those things.
Like the casita that he uses apparently in his tours.
Oh, right.
Like the iconic kind of Puerto Rican house with like on one level.
Does he always have that on his tours?
Apparently.
And does he have people dancing in it always?
I don't know, but
because have you seen how Sabrina Carpenter does that thing where she's like, oh, you're under arrest, and she like arrests a person in the audience who she thinks is too hot like every time, and it's like I don't know, it's always a famous person. I wonder if that's what he does. But I love that he had Cardi B, and he had because she's Latina, and he had Pedro Pascal and Ricky Martin being on there. I was like, I was brought to tears.
Well, it was very emotional, just because like it was so, again, just embarrassing that MAGA went so mad about it, because although it was a political statement, it wasn't overtly there wasn't any like anger behind any of it. It was just a statement made through joy and sexiness and fun, and like, whereas like MAGA being affronted by that,
and being like, we're America, we're making our own thing, and that's like angry and gross and embarrassing.
It just stinks of insecurity, doesn't it?
Yes. And it's like, you should be insecure because you're embarrassing.
And they have like, Latin American people have such huge reason to be absolutely fucking furious right now, but to have the reaction to like the attempts to basically erase their culture, to have the reaction to that, just to be this display of like, there's so much rich fun and beauty and joy in our culture. That was just such a cool fuck you, I think. And as they mentioned this on Rested Entertainment, like everyone was banging on about how this isn't American, and like how dare they have this anti-American display on the Super Bowl. But like, there's no requirement that the Super Bowl artist has to be American, and loads of people who've performed haven't been.
And there was Shakira like 2 years ago, wasn't there? And it was like really fun, and like I think also it's so amazing that he just obviously performed the whole thing in Spanish. I'm like, yes, this is great. And also, American isn't the right word because they are American. So I'm like,
so you're wrong at the first hurdle.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not anti-American, and that was really cool to have all of the different American flags, like, you know, from South America, and it was really cool, and I loved it. It was just, it was wicked. It's also making me think of A Bit Fruity and the latest episode of that podcast. The episode is about the incel to ice pipeline, which is very fascinating. And I think just that anger is even, I think it's so cool, the whole Bad Bunny thing, and amazing, but it also scares me slightly, the anger that is kind of propelled in the right, because of the way that ICE just looks like they're all just Nazis. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, that Nazism is just like a bit spooky at the moment. So it was really cool to just see joy, and I love that. And also it's really cool that Bad Bunny is like pro-LGBT, and having like Ricky Martin, who's a gay Puerto Rican man, like representing Puerto Rico in like a really cool way. And there was some gay guys like grinding on each other in the dancing as well. I'm just thinking, I don't want to, because I don't know much about South American culture, I don't want to like tar everywhere with the same brush, because obviously there's so many countries and they're all totally different. But just thinking about Drag Race at the moment, and how there's a Brazilian queen on there, and she was saying she can't be like openly gay, or I'm not sure if she's trans, but
I don't think
queer.
she is. She's gender queer, I would say. Like,
so she can't be herself in Brazil, and so she had to move to Sweden. Anyway, so it's just cool. He's just really progressive, amazing, fun. We love that. Funny. I love him now.
I just want to go to that party so much.
It looked so great.
Again, just that Matt Bernstein talks about a lot, the weird sexual politics of the right, like being so uncomfortable with the dancing in the Bad Bunny show, but then being obsessed with women being like breeders and sex objects. It's like, get your priorities right and stop being so embarrassing because that dancing is amazing and fun.
So cool. It's like Dirty Dancing all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a complicated feeling that might be contributing to our daily lives is that we've become obsessed with line dancing.
I was thinking about the complications of this and like the relation to country American culture. Yeah.
And I think a lot of line dancing has been co-opted by like queer.
I've definitely been seeing it in
definitely queer culture. For example, Kath Ebbs, Jojo Siwa's ex-girlfriend,
is obsessed with
loves line dancing. Yeah.
When I was telling my therapist, I had my last therapy session.
Don't bring it up.
The other day, and I was telling her about line dancing, and she said my partner's always like is obsessed with us going to line dancing, trying to get me to go to line dancing. I was like, if you get the opportunity, you must go.
Is her partner a woman?
Non-binary, I believe.
Sorry,
I didn't know until then, but she said used a they pronoun.
Oh my god,
I know.
That's so nice.
So it's definitely a queer.
And do you remember that
the guy that you follow in Manchester?
This guy that I follow, who's I don't know. We have mutual friends, and I follow him on Instagram. His Instagram is so funny, but I haven't been on Instagram. I've been missing out on his content. It makes me very sad. Owen Pirith, shout out. He lives above the GAY bar, I think, in Manchester, and so wherever he lives, he can look out onto the courtyard of GAY in like the queer quarter. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the gay quarter or something. I don't know. Anyway, in Manchester, and there's like this line dancing group, and they're just amazing.
Queer line dancers in like, fluffy cowboy hats.
Yeah, and he's always just like, they're here again. And I like aim to be these people. Except when I see everyone else's line dancing, they're very slow. Our line dancing teacher is putting us through the ringer.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
I'm sweating.
But it's I think interesting to look at the problematic connections that line dancing might have, but also to think about the way in which we are subverting those by enjoying line dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has made me think about it because there seems like such a divide.
And also, you can't tell me that line dancing isn't gay as fuck.
Oh my god, it's so gay.
Also, so is country music.
Yeah.
So get over it, everyone. When the sun goes down on my side of town.
Love it so much. It's just
it's been a bit life-changing.
It has. Yesterday I was like, oh my god, maybe I can go tomorrow, maybe I can do a double line dancing week, and then I realised I was doing a late shift, so I can't. That was sad.
Oh,
but
you'll do it at home. You do it at home every day.
I do. I don't know if anyone saw Alex Horne doing a challenge for Children in Need or something, where he sang "How long has this been going on?" for 24 hours.
Which I thought he was going to just sing songs for 24 hours, which would have been way better, but he did the same song for 24 hours. That's crazy.
But anyway, I said that I wanted to do an equivalent challenge with line dancing for 24 hours because it just makes you feel like you could just go round and round and round and round.
Just enjoy. You don't need to do it for 24 hours. Just do it as often as you like.
That's just...
So if you were at school still and everyone said like you have to raise money for children in need, that is what you'd do, isn't it?
Fuck the beans in the bath.
Yeah.
I'm line dancing for 24 hours, baby.
Yeah.
My feet will come out all, I was going to say all flat, but they already are.
And it's too late. Speaking of something that went on in my mind, when I was driving home from work last night, RTE was playing Carole King's album, just like the full thing, and it was really nice.
Oh, we get the good Irish radio stations.
Only I think near the sea though.
Doxed. Don't give clues.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Love a bit of Carole King. Right.
Right.
Next, let's talk about the most stressful of our viewing items for the week.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, which we almost couldn't get through.
We paused it on a couple of bits and we were like, we'll have to come back to that tomorrow because I couldn't cope with it.
So it's a Jack Thorne adaptation. Who's that then? Adolescence.
Oh,
that's why it feels like a must watch.
I see.
You know? I think he also did Johnny's play that we went to see with the big... He's like the biggest writer. Zadok the Priest.
What is it? The motive in the queue.
Yeah.
Right, got you.
Yeah, so he's like crazy, just on fire at the moment.
Good for him.
So it's a Jack Thorne adaptation, and I think, I can't remember if this was the case with Adolescence, but apparently they did open auditions for like most of the kids, and a lot of them it's their first part.
Oh my
ever.
God.
And they're just amazing. They've all got amazing faces.
I need to know more about Piggy because I could cry just thinking about him. I love him.
He's amazing.
I've never read Lord of the Fries.
No. Lord of the Fries sounds delicious.
Yeah, I'm sure there's burger places called that. Burger joints is what I was going to say. You've never read it?
I've either read it a long time ago or my mum or dad just spoke about it to me loads, bless their hearts, when I was little. I think they used to be good at that. I'd be like, what is this? And then they just tell me the whole thing because I definitely know.
You didn't have Wikipedia.
Yeah. I definitely know quite a lot of things. I know a couple of things that happen.
I know quite a lot of things.
I know quite a lot of things that are going to happen, but I don't know everything that happens.
I don't know anything.
And I'm not going to tell you what I know.
Oh God.
And I knew that it is meant to be an allegory for like civilization, like the idea being the island is the earth and the boys are humans, and what happens.
They've just found fire in the first episode.
Like him saying, let them have a big one for the first night to enjoy it. I feel like that's just humans being like, let us build the biggest buildings and dig up all the fucking gold, and then fucking everything up.
Oh God, it was so stressful.
And then you've got like, you know, the kind of Aryan choir boys coming in trying to lord over everyone because of the way they look and this kind of claim to a connection with God and stuff. I don't know. It's interesting looking at it through that lens. But anyway, I saw a Guardian review saying it's nowhere near as tense as, like, it looks good, but it's not tense like the book. But
we had to keep turning it off. I also, if the book is more tense, I don't want to read it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to read it anyway. I can't be bothered. It's on the TV now.
I'm glad we persevered, but I find it extremely tense thinking about, I don't know.
Piggy saying, you need to help the little ones. I'm like, but you're only so little.
Piggy. I know.
He's amazing. He's an amazing actor.
That's why it's so tense, because you're really linked to his perspective in the first episode.
Yeah.
And just feeling like he's not being listened to and he's being forgotten about, and his asthma and everything is just...
It's going to be intriguing when we hear, because this next episode is from Jack's perspective, so that's going to be interesting. He's the one, the little Aryan idiot with the big teeth.
Yeah. That is going to be interesting. And the music is great. It's Hans Zimmer and someone else who are part of like some kind of company, but some kind of production company. But so that's why it's
so the music
brilliant.
is made specifically for this. I think that's what should have happened in Hamnet.
I want to touch on that.
Go on.
Was it on the Patreon that we talked about?
It must have been, because we haven't done an episode since we saw it, I don't think.
All right, so we slagged Hamnet off big time.
The tits off of Hamnet
on the Patreon. And since then, my cousin Ben sent me a message agreeing with the slagging off, which I much appreciated. Thank you, Ben. And he was talking about the music thing and how they use that Max Richter piece, Reflections on, I can't remember what it's called, at the end in a big dramatic moment. And Ben was just saying, like, I don't want my feelings to be imported in because of my connection with that piece of music to another film that I've already seen where something really sad happens.
Yeah.
Like, I want new music to create new feelings for the new story.
Of course you do. I'm like, that's not I understand. It's weird, isn't it? Because I guess like a song with lyrics, or you know, a more popular piece of music could be used in multiple films, and that would kind of be okay.
Yeah.
But was that piece, that Max Richter piece, was that written for Interstellar or whatever it was, or?
I can't remember if it was written for. I can't remember what it was written for. But
Yeah,
it feels different, doesn't it?
It does feel different
compared to like One Battle After Another, where he uses popular music.
Yeah.
And when I'm listening to popular music, I'm often imagining film scenes that it would be fun to have that piece of music in.
Yeah, totally.
Because if you've had a real life association with that song, then it's fun giving it a new life in a film.
Yeah.
But if it's already got a very well sewn life in a couple of films, it's weird to reuse it. I just think it's weird.
I just think it was weird too.
Lazy.
I agree. And I'm also like, you've already got an adaptation of a book. It's already an adaptation of a real life thing.
Yeah.
There's already a lot of things that have been taken from other places to make this story. So why wouldn't you give it a stamp of the film and the artistry that you're putting? I know there's like acting and the directors, all of that stuff, but I'm also like, give it something new. Give it a chance to be its own thing.
Like the other thing we discussed on the Patreon was The Godfather. Sign up if you want to hear our review.
Yeah.
First time we ever watched it. Imagine if that had reused.
Can you say what you found out about the music in The Godfather?
It was
His
this
dad?
woman composer. No, his dad did some of the bits.
Oh, right.
But the like main theme that runs throughout.
Yeah.
It was this woman composer, and somebody said this music is too highbrow, and then I think her and the director fought for it to be included, and it's just like
the most iconic thing,
and adds such depth of atmosphere and feeling to the film.
Totally.
And doesn't feel highbrow at all.
No, but also it's hard to imagine whether it feels highbrow or not, I think, because that was in the 70s, that film, and I guess that film we know is a classic. We know it's the directorial choices are like really seen as like top tier and artistic these days, but like it might not have been then.
But
maybe
the music
a gangster
itself just feels like, maybe because it's because of the way it pairs
the clash
with the gangster.
between gangsters and classical music.
It feels melodic, whereas in Lord of the Flies, like I can see why people might see that music as highbrow, because it's quite like
it's atmospheric,
disjointed, and like, a bit more like abstract, but it's still
adds
brilliant
to the story and it's adding to the feeling.
And I just love thinking of people watching the thing and composing. I just think that must be the coolest.
That's the thing as well.
I'm
like,
ever.
You're watching that, and that makes sense for that scene because it was chosen. That piece of music was chosen to make me feel a certain way for this specific thing.
Another
not
artist
coming from somewhere else and saying, "Well, that scene was sad in that film where they used it. This scene is sad. We should use that." No,
so annoying. The other thing that Ben pointed out that you had also noticed when we were watching Hamnet is that we see Shakespeare front crawling for leisure in the river.
Yeah.
In one of the scenes.
I was like, "There's no way that was even invented then."
I didn't
like to slag it off a bit, and then Ben confirmed it, and I was like, yes!
Yeah, that front crawl wasn't invented until 1956 or something.
Yeah.
Again, that's just like, there's a whole swathe of people that you're going to piss off with that.
Including us. Go to the Patreon if you want to hear our other critiques of that.
You can't argue
film
that, we wouldn't be able to, we wanted to do a swimming scene and we wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. There's other strokes you could have used.
Just fucking plonk in.
Yeah.
Plonk in, flap about.
Yeah. So that was a little pissed off detour, but anyway, I really enjoyed the music in Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And well, we almost had to turn it off because, I don't know, probably because you've spent so long in Australia, we were getting stressed about the idea of alligators.
Crocodiles, alligators.
Crocodiles. No idea if any are going to appear.
I was like, I'm so scared of crocodiles.
With the little
I'm absolutely terrified.
Sitting by some murky water, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's gonna
anyway,
we'll be rocks shaped like crocodiles. I was like, yeah.
To continue on from Lord of the Flies to Rye Lane, weirdly, because we watched both of these on the same night, they both had a kind of like fisheye, like woozy camera angle, or I don't know what you would call it.
Camera, lens, yeah.
Which I think in Lord of the Flies, like eased off because I think it was kind of when Piggy woke up and he was all like
Yeah.
fucked. But I was really surprised by that in Rye Lane because it seemed
I didn't
like
expect it to be so experimental in its approach.
yeah, it had the feel of like a kind of sitcom.
Yeah.
Or like a, you know, like a bit of an edgy like series. It felt like quite TV but on film in a nice way. Like they were taking stylistic risks because I thought it was going to be more straight romantic comedy.
Me too, but it was really fun. Like it was a risk that paid off rather.
Yeah, and there were some like cheesy moments of the writing, but I liked the way it looked. And obviously we're both highly familiar. I grew up round a corner from Rye Lane, so
yeah,
that was very nice for us. It felt like very authentically they knew the place. They weren't just pretending to be.
And it wasn't like, it was very unfilmic in a positive way, in the sense that, I don't know, I remember watching Trainspotting 2 when I was living in Edinburgh, and everyone was like, that road doesn't connect to that road, what the hell? But every route connected really beautifully and authentically in the show, in the film. And like, so
it really did.
It did feel like a love letter to the place and to the people properly.
Yeah.
And just it reminded me a bit of, I don't want to be like too generic, but like similar to Chewing Gum, the TV show, in the way that like, she made like living on a council estate look really fun and bright and gorgeous.
Yeah.
Because I'm also like, I recognise it in that way as well. And I was thinking about, we have Australian mates that came over to the UK and we were like, oh, you should go to Peckham. And they were like, oh, Peckham, we didn't like it very much. And I'm like, oh, it's so weird how you have to kind of like live in a place to see its vibrant beauty and like the niceness of it. Because it does look weird from the outside.
I've had the exact same thing taking people to Peckham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you suddenly see it through a different lens and you're like, oh yeah, actually I can see why this doesn't look good. But
overstimulating.
But it's so lovely and cozy.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job of showing that off.
Yeah, it was a nice watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked their love story and it was fun as well. And little Colin Firth cameo, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, I also thought, at one point he walked past someone in a bunny outfit in the front garden.
I don't remember. Do you think that was someone?
Well, she was in the Bridget Jones bunny outfit.
Yes.
So I think I wonder if there was more nods to like good romantic comedies because we had Love Actually, Bridget Jones.
I also wonder if it was like a critique of like, well, it's actually a really interesting thing because obviously this was with predominantly black actors and black characters, and I know that like black actors are used in that way in rom-coms, especially 90s. They're just kind of like a footnote on the side in the corner selling you the food, so
true.
It's interesting.
So
maybe that was subverting that and showing the like, I guess the dominance of like black culture in Peckham, for example. That's a cool way of doing it.
I think you must be right about that because it felt very on purpose and it didn't seem like it would be as simple as like, these are my two favourite rom-coms. I imagine it would have been a respectful critique of those films.
Respectful, intentional.
So that was nice.
I really enjoyed it. It felt cozy.
And again, another quite like cerebral score with lots of like disjointed noises that had obviously been very thoughtfully composed for the film itself. And that helps.
Just thinking of noises that have been thoughtfully composed for the film itself.
What?
And guys, if you do watch Blue Lights,
God.
I compel you. If you haven't noticed this, I tried to search it online and I can't believe no one's ever mentioned it.
You fucking ruined my viewing experience.
Every time a door opens, it goes the same door noise in the police station, sometimes in a house.
Yeah.
But every single door that opens in the police station, it doesn't matter where it is. It's the front door, it's the middle door, it's the fucking door to the office. Every time it makes a very strange noise.
Very plasticky. Plasticky.
It's so bad.
And you pointed
the
it
Foley
out.
artist needs to be fired. I hate them.
I can't believe
they're getting paid.
anyone thought they could get away with that. You pointed it out somewhere in like season 1. Now we're on season 3, and it's very
we laugh
serious
at each other
moments.
actually
are
every single
ruined.
time it happens.
It's impossible to ignore.
It's
a
so
ridiculous noise.
It cuts through so badly. So compel you to listen to that if you haven't already. Listen to that score. And then finally we just watched Small Profits. The first episode, Erin told us to watch Small Profits and Lord of the Flies.
Written by, what's his name?
Mackenzie Crook.
Yes. And he's just absolutely brilliant, isn't
He's
he?
so good at writing stuff.
We love Detectorists as well.
Yeah.
And this seems like it's going to be just as, if not more, wholesome and funny and heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm already like moved to tears.
Yeah.
And nothing's even happened yet.
How has he lived as a celebrity for so long and like is so good at writing normal characters?
Is a very interesting question, darling.
And like obviously weird characters, but like, I don't know, the smallness of everyday life. Well done. Oh, sorry, we've had Spinach has just come back from a walk and he's soggy and keen to cuddle.
He's had you had a good time, haven't you, boo boo? He hasn't seen us yet, so
hello, monkey. Yeah, I'm really keen to watch the rest of it. I'm really excited about Small Profits.
Me too.
It seems brilliant, and I'm already in love with this character who looks a lot like Joe Wilkinson.
Yeah,
his huge hair and beard.
Yeah. I recognise him, but I don't know what else from.
I don't know if I've seen him in anything.
I think we must have done, but also Mackenzie Crook's character I already love. He's so funny. Like he's so good. I was like, just having a manager that says, "Have you had your break yet?" I'm like, that is so funny and true. How does he know that? Because he wouldn't have worked in a place like this.
That's what I'm thinking. But maybe he did lots before he got famous.
Maybe, but he was quite young in The Office, wasn't he?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
God. Really good.
I guess everyone in The Office was amazing at observing that sort of life, so they must either just be innately brilliant at it or have had those kind of mundane working experiences to draw on
prior to
having the filming experience.
Exactly. And that is something I always say is that bananas are my favorite fruit.
Oh, I got confused. I don't know. For some reason, I thought we were doing like an AI voice, and then I was trying to. Is that
a thing?
No, I was just trying to do a malfunctioning AI. But what I wanted to do was say bananas and then carry on the sentence, but I panicked.
Oh, what? Like you just broke in with bananas?
Yeah, because you know how how like Google AI.
Oh my god!
So you know how like Google Gemini is like really shit. And like it tells you, that was what I was basically trying
But when
to
you tried to be AI, then
When
you just said a perfectly good sentence, and then when you tried to be normal, you couldn't say a sentence.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of true to what AI would do.
I don't know if we've spoken about thing, but Daisy has started saying thing instead of anything, instead of a whole sentence, a description, a name of a place, an action, a plan. So she'll just be like, oh, you know about thing?
It's not quite that. It's
not
like
like
oh, I left it on thing.
Yeah. And I'm
or
like,
have you I need to thing over there or whatever.
yeah.
Which is but the problem is,
And then I'm like, sorry, darling, what's
No,
how am
you're
I
not.
And I'm like, what?
No.
And then by the time I've asked you what the hell thing is, your brain doesn't even remember that it's just your mouth has just spoken.
I can't
and you're looking at something else, or you're looking at your phone. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So now I'm actually having to force you to think about thing a bit, because
But the problem is that's not what you do. You know what I'm saying every time.
most of the time I do, which means that you get lazy and I'm doing the work then to think about what thing is. And you don't have to, you're just like thing. It's
My
like
brain's already, by the time it's come out of my mouth, it's over. The thought's over. I can't be bothered. Everyone catch up. Sorry.
bloody thing.
Bloody thing. Oh, well, I think it's time to give Spinach a cuddle.
Oh my god, he just looks so unbelievably, irresistibly cute. So
I need to give him a big speeches.
a big speech.
Big speech.
Fishy spin spin.
You want to have spin kisses? Come on. Love you, darling.
Yay!
Love you, Spinny.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.